Hey folks, take a look at this beauty. Really nice little keyboard that just arrived today. This is one heck of a keyboard that's caused so much buzz, and this is a keyboard that people are looking out for because of its form factor, which is really the key factor, the key feature of this keyboard. Now this is a 68 key mechanical keyboard that is available on Massdrop. I will leave a link down in the description below to see where you can get it. It's only available from time to time, so if you want to get it, please get it ASAP because it does take quite a bit of time to ship. But even if you do miss the deal, you can always request for that product to be available again for the drop, so you can probably be able to have another round, another chance of getting this product. Now this is a really radical change with regards to a keyboard because it pretty much represents the absolute limit that you can ever shrink down a Tenkeyless form factor without compromising too much of the functionality. So this is a standard Tenkeyless size layout. As you can see, it's all in 6 rows, standard 6, which is the print screen, scroll lock, and a pause key. But instead of 6 rows, you have 5 rows. The only other keyboard that I know that's available in 5 rows is the Ducky MINI keyboard. I'm not sure whether there are any other keyboards that's available in that form factor, but Ducky and this keyboard are the ones that exist in 5 rows. Now most of the functions, all the F keys and some of the media stuff, you can access them via the function key which is placed here. So about this case, this is a gold color casing. If I can turn off the lighting, you can probably see it. So it's dust resistant, so it's resistant to dust and dirt and grime, all this sort of thing. So it will look pretty darn good for a much longer time than a standard keyboard. So this keyboard is definitely one thing you can really customize to your heart's content, because I had this thing decked to the Cherry MX Blues, but however, you can get this in various switches across that's available. You can get them even in Kale switches that are available. There are other key switches. Where's the other one? There is the Kale, and there's of course the Gatoron switches. So you can kit this up in practically any key switch that's available, but I got mine in Cherry MX Blue because it's a proven key switches that is good for light typists and gaming in general. So it's decked out in Cherry MX Blue. Now as you can see, the keycaps are white ABS. Now the design is a little bit aggressive and it may not be for everyone, but for me it doesn't really matter all that much and not really so big of a deal. And I like this aggressive look for a gaming keyboard. So this keyboard really streams customization all over it, because you can get a keyboard that can be fully white LEDs, but I got mine decked out with blue LEDs and gold, or you can say orange LEDs on the arrow keys and the WASD, the WASD. So this is really customizable. Really, it's really for the pure enthusiasts. Now this case itself, not to mention, is pretty darn good because it really reflects light from the bottom of the keys really well. So if I were to turn my lights off, the lighting is just, vibrant and really good in that sense. So of course there are limitations with regards to the form factor, because you don't get that arrow keys. What arrow keys? You don't get the numlock key as you get for a traditional keyboard, and your function keys are now inside here. But if one can overcome the various limitations of this form factor, this is a good keyboard to have for both typing and gaming. But most importantly, this is meant for something like that. This is meant for a really tight space desk. Tight space on your desk works, and it's also good as a LAN party keyboard because it's light, it's compact, and it's even though this is relatively smaller compared to other keyboards, something like the CM Storm Quickfire Rapid is still fairly weighty, which is really heavy. It's still for a keyboard as compared to this. This is roughly about half of the weight and it's so much lighter, and I can easily carry this with one hand, no problem at all. So at the back of it, let me turn on the lights. The back of the keyboard, there are rubber feet that's available, and you have a mini USB, and of course down here is the dip switches, which like manipulates some of the keys that you can either switch out the mapping. But basically what the dip switches do, if I can get back to that cheat sheet, dip switches actually, the dip switches, when it's on, you can swap the caps lock with a left control, or swap windows with function, or you can lock the Windows key. So, which is pretty handy at times, but more often than not, I really don't need to use the dip switches, so I leave those off. Now back to the backlighting. There are 9 brightness setting levels which you can adjust with the function up or down arrow keys, and you can actually toggle the breath mode. So every now and again the LEDs will pulsate, and you can adjust the speed of the pulsates. So, which is really nice. If I were to turn off my lights again, let the lighting really take it. So this is definitely a keyboard that's a dream for almost any keyboard enthusiast, especially for a desk with limited space, as well as for a LAN party keyboard. So I would definitely give this keyboard a really big thumbs up, because what it brings to the table is basically form factor, size, without compromising functionality, which is the big aim of this keyboard for Magicforce. So yeah, I will give it I will really give this a really big thumbs up. So I'm glad that I managed to get this keyboard as fully decked out as I can. So having said that though, I will leave a link down in the description below as to direct you to the where you can actually get this keyboard from Massdrop. It will take a while, let me give you a word of warning. It does take a while, like 2.5 months for the completion of the drop, then to get the deal finalized and get it sent and shipped from the warehouse. So do allow a little bit of time, but it's all worth it. Trust me, I got this for $80 US, but excluding shipping. So that's a good keyboard, the Magicforce 68 mini keyboard. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you in another video, because I want to wish to compare between this keyboard and another keyboard that I got recently, which is this E-Element keyboard. So I plan to do a comparison because both of them are non-traditional in their own right. So yeah, stay tuned in my Music Haven channel. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one. Peace out, everybody.